Thomas, thanks so much for taking the time. Y'all are in the dog days of fall camp. Tell us about them.
Yeah, for sure the dog days. We've had about 2 weeks now of fall camp, and you can definitely feel it, but camp's been going good, man. We have a good group of guys at the D-line room right now, and we've been putting in the work. So, yeah, camp has been really good for us.
You're entering your 4th season here at Nevada. Didn't see much playing time your first 2 years, but last year a part-time starter. So I guess how did maybe the expectations internally for yourself change heading into this year, knowing that you can play at this level and knowing that there are some spots open with Don Peterson and Christopher Love graduated no longer with the program?
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, I didn't get a whole lot of playing experience my first 2 years. So when I came into the partial starting role last season, I was pretty new to football. I hadn't played since high school, and I did figure out that I can do this at this level, and I'm excited for this next season. I think that I could be very productive in a very key role for the Wolfpack's D-line this year.
Your story was documented by Kirsten Moran last fall, but your cousin is a Wolfpack Hall of Famer, and Mike Crawford. Your sister went to school at Nevada. Just tell me a little more about that history between the Silver and Blue and your family and what it means to represent.
Yeah, it's been super awesome being able to play football for the Wolfpack. Like you said, my cousin Mike Crawford, Hall of Famer here. My sister graduated here. The Silver and Blue runs deep in my bloodline here, and my parents come to every game. I truly love Nevada and the Wolfpack.
So you're from Anchorage, Alaska. Tell us a little bit about what the quality of football is there at the high school level and, just how you were able to get recruited from such a remote area.
Yeah. The level of football in Anchorage, Alaska, not very high. We had one guy who actually made it out of Alaska who was on my high school team. He now plays at UNLV, so it's been pretty fun. I got to line up against him last year. But, yeah, how I got to Nevada, basically my cousin Mike had come up to a game in Alaska and saw what I was doing. I had a really good senior season in Alaska, and he brought me down here to come to a game for Nevada, and I ended up touring the facilities here. And I ran into some coaches, started talking to them, and I ended up giving them their film, and, yeah, they asked me to prefer walk-on over here.
Oh, what a cool story of how you ended up in Silver and Blue, of course, with that family history. And it says on your bio you chose Nevada also because you loved the natural beauty. What has it been like just getting to explore our region and kind of plant some roots out here?
100%. Growing up, I was a competitive freeride skier and ski racer. And so I went up to Squaw Valley a lot while I've been here at Nevada skiing and just doing fun stuff out there with the snow, and also going up to Tahoe, hanging out. I really do love the natural beauty here.
Given how unlikely it is to go from Alaska to playing FBS football, was that a goal of yours, or is that just something that you kind of fell into because of the family relationship and the trip that you took out here?
Yeah, so I kind of not necessarily fell into it. When Mike brought me out here, there was some talk that maybe they would want me on, and they called me after Christmas Eve and said, hey, we want you to prefer walk-on. I go, how many kids out of Alaska would kill for this opportunity? And so I decided to take it, and I've really found love for football out here. And I wasn't expecting to play college football, but I'm so happy that I did.
Well, that's incredible to hear that you've found a home here in Reno. And as you said earlier, you expect to be a big part of the D-line this year. What gives you confidence that you're ready to really unleash? And just tell us about your progression since you first stepped on campus.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, the level of football out in Alaska is not very high. So when I came on to Nevada here, I was a pretty raw just body. I didn't know really how to play football and all that stuff. And I've really just grown into now a player, I guess, in a sense, with the help of Coach Al here on the D-line. He's really helped me progress here and mature into now 4th year, which is kind of wild to say, a football player. And I've had a couple good camp so far. I had a great spring, and I'm having a good fall right now. So that's why I say that I could be a key role on this D-line.
So 18 tackles last year, 4 for loss, and a couple fumble recoveries. I think one of those games, Incarnate Word, maybe your 94-year-old grandma was in attendance. Can you just take us through that moment and having your grandma come in from Alaska and watch you play FBS football?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. You know, she doesn't get out the house very much from Alaska, and she came down here and watched that Incarnate Word game, and I think it was something like second play of the game. I got a fumble recovery, and it was pretty awesome. I, hold the ball up like a goof, and I'm pointing it to her, and on camera it doesn't look very cool, but it was super cool for me.
What a special moment made at Mackey Stadium. And in line with your grandparents, Kirsten's story from last year mentioning how they started the first all-cargo airline in Alaska. And it also says in your bio that you want to take to the skies when you're done playing football. I'm sure that motivation goes hand in hand with your grandparents' history.
100%. Growing up in Alaska, flying is almost a way of life. And I, growing up in aviation history and all that stuff, and very, very aviation-oriented family, and I'm in love with the skies. I mean, I love flying, and it is what I will do after I graduate here at Nevada.
How old were you when you first took to the skies and actually were flying a plane yourself? And what is that feeling like for those who have only kind of, taken a Southwest flight and not necessarily been in the cockpit of a smaller plane actually flying it?
Yeah, so I soloed my first airplane at 16 years old on my 16th birthday, and then I got my private pilot's license at 17. It's pretty surreal being up there by yourself, man. There's no other feeling like it.
Thomas, and talking with you and other players throughout this fall camp, it just seems like the culture and the vibes are strong out at Wolfpack Park. What can you say, having been a part of this team for the last few years, about just what you guys are capable of this year and just how you guys are all feeling together?
100%. This group right here, the culture that we're building here at Nevada is certainly special. I mean, the guys that have been coming in here and transferring, they definitely want to work and get better. And the guys who have been here really want to get better because they've seen what this team can possibly do here at Nevada with the past, that 20 and 21 season that I was here. I saw Mackey Stadium completely packed out. And for me personally, that's a drive. That was awesome to see. And last year was not very cool having empty stands. And all these guys just want to work, and we want to win. I mean, 2-10 does not sit with this team at all very well, and everybody wants to win here.
Well, we're excited to cover you guys and watch y'all continue to work. Before we let you go, I got to get the story up top. What's going on with the bleached hair, man? Just trying something a little different?
Yeah, basically. So one day, actually, I went to Mexico, and I saw some guy rocking it. I go, that's pretty cool. When I come home, I'm going to give it a try. And it was right before our spring camp. And so I dyed it. I had a really good spring camp. And so now it's just kind of been a staple now, I think, of me, as I've kept it dyed through the summer and now into the fall. I think I'm going to keep it rocking through the season.
I'm cool with that. He is the Wolfpack's Slim Shady, Thomas Witte. Hopefully he's old enough to get that reference. Yeah. Thanks for joining the show, Thomas.
All right. Thank you, guys.